Coming to you all the way from Norfolk, Virginia, Go On Podcasts presents How Embarrassing with Molly and Jeff.
How embarrassing!
How embarrassing? How embarrassing?
Hello. Welcome to another week of How Embarrassing, the podcast about all of our embarrassing lives. My name's Molly.
And I'm Jeff.
Here we are, another Monday.
Yep, another Monday. I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's Monday, so the weekend's over. If that's my update on the week. How about you?
That's pretty cool. Well, I actually worked all weekend, and today's my day off. So,
nice.
I watched. So, actually, crazy story. I've been watching Teenage Bounty Hunters on Netflix.
Jesus,
it's really good. I love it. It's about two teen girls who are bounty hunters.
Is it real? Is it like a
No, it's
documentary?
scripted. It's a comedy.
Okay.
I love it. And I was watching it, and my friend is on it.
What? Your friend's
Really?
a bounty hunter?
Yeah, well, he's I guess not a friend, but a guy I worked with at one of the summer camps I worked at in like 2012. So this guy I used to know pretty well, worked with him, just popped up right there on the screen, and I was like, "Wow, it's Eric! Hey!"
That's
so
fun.
Shout out to Teenage Bounty Hunters and my friend Eric.
Did you make out with him?
Nah. I know. It's not as fun when I don't make out.
What are the
Right.
teens' names? Is it like Jaxie and Maxie?
No, it's Sterling and Blair.
Ugh.
They're
I don't like
twin
those.
teens. I know, Jeff, honestly, the show's not for you. It's got
Okay.
a lot of female empowerment and teen sex.
Yeah, you know that frustrates me.
Yeah. Any like teen sex movie, this is not going well for me. I should stop talking about it.
Do you have an embarrassing story about recently?
Sure. Yeah. So the other day, it was Saturday, and I was at work, and at our work morning meeting, everybody goes around in the circle, and one at a time, everybody says, "Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning."
What?
But I haven't been to this meeting in months, so I kind of forgot how the meeting works. So at the end of the meeting, when the first person said good morning, they were like across the circle from me, and I just screamed, "Good morning!" in like a really like annoying high voice, just loudly across the whole circle, and everyone just stared at me. And then the next person just went, "Good morning," and then it went back around the circle to go, "Good morning, good morning, good morning." And I was like, "Oh, I jumped the gun there."
That's fun though.
It's like it made me like the fun party girl at work.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what you're referred to. Not the annoying girl,
everyone's
but
like,
the fun
"That's
party
Molly.
girl.
She's the party girl. She's fun."
Nice.
We're not annoyed. What about you, old Jeff?
Actually, I have an embarrassing story, but it involves our guests. So should we wait till we have the guests join in?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good teaser.
I have a feeling she has no memory of this.
Yeah,
But,
probably.
Let's hope so.
Let's get to an ad break and then we'll get to the guests. Ma'am,
Yes,
can you tell me which way is north?
absolutely. Let me just whip out my beep boop 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 direction teller.
Whoa! What a crazy device you have there. Does
Yes.
it just tell you the direction of north?
Yeah, this direction teller will always tell you which way is north. And right now, if you go to directionteller.gov/howembarrassing, you can get 20% off your very own direction teller. Direction teller. Always know what way's north.
I think we just invented the compass.
Yeah, I don't mean
Pretty
to
sure
brag.
that was just a compass. That
Yeah,
we
you
invented.
improved upon
I
it.
don't mean to brag, but I think I invented the compass. All right. Let's move this show right along. So we're going to bring on our guest today. You know her from the time that she tripped up the stairs.
Mm.
This one's actually true. You know her from one time she said I had nice balls.
Oh, wow.
I think Jeff might have sexually harassed this woman.
What is going on?
Welcome to the podcast, Amber Nelson.
Woohoo! Yay! Thanks for having me. I'm excited to know what this story is.
Yeah. Jeff, you don't sound so good.
Well, that's not even
good?
the...
No, Jeff, not you.
You sound great.
Yeah, that's not even the story I was going to tell. Was the one about the balls? But
What?
that is something I've told it on this podcast before. But there was a podcast called Round Table of Gentlemen, and I was a huge fan from the beginning of it. And at
Friend
one
of the
point,
pod.
at one point they were requesting. People were sending them dick pics and like pics of their tits and stuff. And they said, we haven't had any pictures that are just the balls. We want pics that's no shaft, just balls. And so I sent one in.
Oh, my God.
And that was yours?
And that was mine. And they ever said I had nice balls
Aww.
on the podcast. It's recorded. There's proof.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Brave young soul to send your balls out.
Good God.
Jeff, were you just like drunk as shit and like I just don't understand the inspiration.
Yeah,
Well, balls, you never know whose it is.
Right.
That's true. Unless he
With a
has
penis.
unless you have like a ball tattoo.
I don't have a ball tattoo.
Okay. All right. I didn't know. I've never seen your balls that you know.
If I did, it would be an 8-ball and a cue ball, but I don't.
That's a little
That's
on the
good.
nose.
That's good.
I like how Molly said she's never seen your balls that you know of. Like, you've been sleeping and she's definitely taken a peek. Is that true, Molly?
Listen, sometimes
She's woken me up when I've been sleeping naked before, so
Yeah, sometimes I like to barge into a room, and sometimes Jeff, he's a heavy sleeper.
God.
Anyways, enough about my balls. Let's get to our guest.
Yeah. So
And
Amber,
Hi, you said I
Are
fell
you-
up the stairs?
I just made that up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I probably did that.
I was like, how does this girl know? Are you embarrassed to be here today?
No, I'm happy to be here today. I took a nap and I'm drinking water. I feel good. I might drink alcohol later, but I probably won't. I'll probably just like watch a movie and write. I don't know.
Nice.
World's my oyster.
Check out
Nice.
Teenage Bounty Hunters. They're not sponsoring the podcast, but I really like the show.
Sounds so bad.
It's like, Jeff, you would hate me for liking this show. Oh, gosh. All right, Amber, are you someone who gets like embarrassed easily or not really?
I think when I was younger, I got embarrassed easily because I was really sensitive and I had like a really rough and tumble childhood. So I guess maybe not embarrassed easily, but I was always like getting embarrassed. And I think I have a little bit of a thicker skin now. But yeah.
All
Does that
right.
answer?
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have an embarrassing story that you're prepared to tell?
Yes.
Besides the time you saw Jeff's balls.
Good God.
There's so many. It usually deals with my mother. I do love her, but she is kind of cuckoo. And she also had a hard life, but I was very sensitive and more introverted, and she's very extroverted.
Uh-huh.
So she was like angry at the fact that I just wanted to like sit at home and draw all the time. So one time I was at home and I was in my pajamas, and I think I was like sword fighting with myself or something stupid. It was in 7th grade and I was new to this town. I'd only been there for a few months.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, Amber, get in the car. We're going to go get some groceries. And I'm in my pajamas.
Mhm.
Keep in mind this. I'm in my pajamas, 7th grade. And what does she do? She goes and she drops me off at the 7th grade homecoming dance.
What?
What the
Like
fuck?
the big dance. And
Why'd
she's like,
she
get out of
do
the car.
that?
She got mad that I didn't want to go to the dance. I didn't care. She found out about it and just tried. She's like, get out of the car. And I'm crying. And it's in front of like all the
Oh my
kids.
God.
And then, is this more sad than embarrassing?
And she didn't even tell you. Like, she wasn't like, oh, like, put some normal clothes on. We're going to the
No.
store. get
No,
dressed.
no,
Like,
no.
I feel like she could have at least had you put a pair of jeans on.
No, it's weird. It's weird because she's also a very showy person. So I think if she would have said, dress up, then I would have known something was up. But no. And so then, like, what happens? I get out of the car and I'm crying. I'm in like sweatpants and an ugly t-shirt,
Yeah.
All the kids see me and they point and laugh. And then
no.
I go in because she speeds away. Where else am I going to go? So I go to the dance. And of course, I make friends with all the like weird kids and the drug addicts because they're the only ones that are friends. So I guess her plan backfired.
Yeah, they're all like high as shit in the corner, just like, ugh.
Yeah. They didn't care.
I wonder if their
Yeah,
parents
yeah,
dropped
Care
them
what
off
you're
too.
wearing.
Yeah, I was friends with people that were like, one time I blended into a wall and nobody could see me. I was like, I'm pretty sure they could see you. Pretty sure. Or like, yeah, it revolves around my mom a lot. Like one time we were at the some department store trying stuff on, and I tried on something a little skimpier, and she's like, come on, let me see. And then she very loudly in the whole department store said, Amber, your vagina hairs are showing. I can see your vagina hairs.
Oh my God.
And then everybody turned to look,
Oh my God.
and that was embarrassing.
Wait, was she kidding? Is that what she calls pubic hairs? Vagina hairs?
Your vagina hairs are showing. Yeah. She'll
Whoa.
probably deny all of these stories, but they're 100% true.
Where did you
Whoa.
grow up? Where did this take place?
These were all because I lived in Saudi till I was 4 into 7, and then Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, then Louisiana, and then we like
Wow.
moved to like a bunch of other places within those states.
You just did like a tour of the
So.
South.
Yeah, there you go. As
Nice.
one does.
Gosh. Wow. I mean, your mom kind of sounds horrible.
A lot of people don't like her, to be honest. Like,
Unless like the next summer you went to school and everyone wore pajamas to the dance and were showing their pubic hairs and stuff. It just became
I
a
was an
trend.
influencer.
Yeah.
Like Regina George in Mean Girls when she has like her tits cut out of her shirt, and then
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
cuts the tits out of their shirt.
God,
Anybody else does it?
those mean
Well,
girls.
my mom was like the Regina George of her high school, so she couldn't.
Whoa.
Like, can you imagine Regina George having like this weird daughter who like didn't know how to talk to people? Of course she'd be like, "Get out of the car! Your
I
vagina
can
is
see your
showing."
vagina hair.
That's good.
God.
My mom used to do that to
I
me
mean,
in
yeah,
department
you're-
stores. She would just like yell out my name, and she'd be like 3 departments over, and I'd be so embarrassed because it's like, "Oh, don't do that to me, mom." But it was just weird. It was just, and then she found out that I didn't like it, and she just did it like wherever. She'd be across the mall, like Matt, and she used my last name too, Matt Cole, Matthew Douglas Cole. I'm like, Mom, some pedophile's gonna grab me. He's like, fine.
Right? Be like, you're Matthew Douglas Cole and you're alone.
Yeah, your mom said we can get in the van.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know your full name. She said it was fine.
Do you have
Okay.
Amber, do you have any like horror stories from like performing or living out in LA, things like that?
Oh, like current modern day stuff?
Yeah, I want stuff that's more recent. What's going on?
I think because everything was so crazy for so long, like I got on stage with my pants unzipped, but then I was like, oh well, and then zipped them up.
Was your mom in the audience and she told you your vagina was showing?
I'm sorry, Mom. Other than like bombing, which can be embarrassing. One time I did it was at this bar, and this is actually like a big life lesson for me because it was at this bar. Nobody was there. There was like 3 people in the corner, and I was in New York, and I was sort of taking for granted the fact that I got stage time somewhere,
Yeah.
and just kind of like slumped over and was like, oh, I guess I gotta do this set. And I went and I did this half-assed set. And then it turns out the people in the audience were they're APA. Those are the biggest managers in Hollywood.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I ended up actually years later, I signed with them, but they still remember that. And they would laugh. And they'd be like, so you still bombing because you think no one's in there, doesn't care?
Holy shit.
You still shit in the bed?
Yeah, that's a lesson for everybody out there. It doesn't matter. Even
Yeah.
if nobody's in the audience, give 110%.
I mean, you never know what agents could be listening to this very podcast
Right now.
Absolutely.
right now.
Probably FBI agents.
Yeah, that's
with the type of shit we say on here.
you're right. I honestly like the first 10 minutes of this podcast made us sound like sexual deviants. So
Right, yeah. Thanks, Jeff.
Oh,
yeah.
balls and teenage sex. And,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah, you're the
about
one who brought up
teens-
the teenage.
teens and balls, baby.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
So wait, Jeff,
So
did you have 2 stories or one? Because you said the balls one and then one that
oh
involved
yeah,
Amber.
the balls one was not the story.
What's the
Oh,
Amber
what's
one?
the story?
Oh, you're just
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
on the story?
Quit sandbagging.
Ball sagging. Yeah. There's another story. So my friends and I we drove up to DC for, God, I can't remember the name of the festival, but it's in DC. It's a comedy festival around Halloween every year.
Oh, did you see me perform?
No,
Okay.
but I did see.
Jeff, this is crazy. All right.
So I went up to see last podcast on the Left Live, and then after it was at the Improv in DC, and I was standing out front after the show having a cigarette, and we were going to go see another show down on U Street, and I saw you, Amber, standing out front, and I like walked up, and I was like, "I'm sorry, are you Amber Nelson?" And you're like, "Yeah," and I like talked to you about how I was a fan and everything, and you were really nice, and then you were like, "Oh, are you seeing you're seeing this show here?" And like pointed to the Improv. And I was like, "Oh no, I don't even know what is happening there. I'm going down the street to see this." And then God, some other comedians came out and were like, "Amber, we're gonna go back to the green room." And you're like, "Okay, it was nice meeting you." And I left, and I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not even sure what's playing here."
I don't know what the fuck crap
I'm a big
show's
fan
here.
though.
Oh, that's really funny.
I was like, "I'm a
Oh,
huge
man.
fan." No, I'm not seeing your show.
No, I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Fuck that place.
Fuck that
I'm
place.
going over there.
Only losers perform in this place. I'm going to that place.
No.
Fucking
Going down
second-rate
there.
idiots.
That's fun. Well, I'm glad I'm nice. I was nice, and I wasn't.
You
like,
were very
"Fuck
nice.
you."
No, I remember like while I was walking away is like when I realized that like, oh, she's about to perform there. I was like, no, big fan, not seeing this show though. I heard
Great.
TJ Miller's down the street. I want to see that
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
I should have stayed. I
Gotta say, in retrospect,
he threw a raw chicken into the audience and
He did. I used
yeah.
to open for him.
Really?
threw a
Yeah.
raw chicken into the. Did it hit you?
No, but there was people like jumping over seats to get out of the way. It was a full giant raw chicken that he just launched into the audience at the end of his set.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he goes wild. There was one show in Canada where like the set was, it's kind of funny in retrospect because people put a lot of time and care into the set and then he just
Mhm.
fucking destroyed it.
Right.
Oh shit!
That's exactly what he did at the Halloween show. Is like
Yeah.
Nando's sponsored or something, but there was a bunch of blow up Halloween toys all over the stage, and he just started running around popping them all. And then he found a chicken from someone else's set.
Oh.
Okay, but also, why the hell would there just be a chicken?
So someone
Julia
had a
Child
lot.
was over.
Yeah. Julia Child opened for him, so it was.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I guess an embarrassing experience when I was opening for him. I think we were in like some Midwestern town, small town, and I was hungry, and the club had this food item called the Jesus Christ,
Ooh.
and it was a slice of cheese pizza with another slice of cheese pizza on top, right?
Nice.
Yum.
And it'd been sitting under this heat lamp since like the dawn of time. It was just cooking, and I was like, I gotta have some of that. So I ate it, and then I am gonna shit my pants.
Ooh.
And they're bringing me on stage, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm gonna shit my pants right now. I'm gonna shit my pants right now. And I have to do 20 minutes up top to get
God.
the crowd going. And I don't know if you've ever had diarrhea so hard for like 20 minutes, and then you have to
Ooh.
focus on your jokes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, everybody, it's like sweating and going through my punchlines. Like, what do you
Yeah.
call it? what do you call four-legged cow? What do you? All right, everybody. I want to stage. And then I ran off the stage, and I just told the opener, I was like, just keep it rolling, like round robin style. Like, I can't come back on. And I was in the bathroom for an hour.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, that's why they named it that, because that's what you're screaming when it comes out of your asshole.
Usually when comedians are taking a long time in the bathroom before a set, you think, oh, they're doing like a bunch of blow or something.
Diarrhea.
No.
Shit.
I've been in that same situation where I'm like before like an improv set, and I'm trying to think of ways, like creative ways out of like improvising. Like, well, maybe if I just like say that I'm going to go in the bathroom and take a shit, they'll think it's part of the scene.
I've thought about. I think I've done during a girl prov show. I'm pretty sure there was one time where I did leave the stage and go pee and come back because I just was not going to make it through the.
It's just part of my set.
Struggle.
Just what I do.
Yeah.
Just something I planned.
That moment, and then when you finally decide, like, I'm going to do it, there's no greater headstrong determination to find that bathroom right now.
Like, now's the time.
It doesn't matter if
Right.
you're like, if someone's got a gun to your dad's head and they're like, I'm going to pull the trigger. You're like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Like,
Can you
made
give me
my
a second?
I would love to be in the scene with you while you had to pee and just like fuck with you so hard to make sure you don't go to the bathroom.
Block the
Just-
entranceway.
Yeah, just make you like negate the whole thing and be like, fuck you, I'm peeing.
So where did you say you lived till you were 7?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. So what was that like? Why? I almost said, why were you there? But I feel like that's a weird way to put that question.
My dad worked for Aramco, and you know, it was in the 80s, so it was a little different then than it is now. I mean, there weren't very many Americans. I went to school with other Saudis. We lived in like a little bitty compound, but if you wanted like hospital or food or anything, then you had to go leave to get it.
Yeah.
Very hot, very religious, much like Louisiana. So
So you fit right in.
I fit right in.
Yeah.
The American religious South actually has a lot in common with
Wow.
Saudi Arabia. Trucks, they love Ford trucks,
Huh.
hanging off the back of them, driving real fast with no seatbelts.
Really?
Huh. Is there a story about when you first landed there? Like,
Oh,
was
Saudi?
it there? Yeah, there. You
Wait, were you
there
there
someone who
too?
stole something?
Oh,
I've
yeah,
listened
there's
to
a
a
kid.
lot of yeah.
There's a kid that stole something. My parents were there first before, because I was born there years after they were there, and
Uh-huh.
Oh,
the kid
that's
stole
right.
something, and they wanted the Americans to see, like, this is what happens when you disobey. So they made everybody gather around and see what happens. And it wasn't pretty, but you know what? Nobody stole.
Right.
You could leave a Rolex watch on the street and nobody would touch it.
Whoa.
What happens if you steal?
You get your hand cut off.
Holy shit. And your mom screams at you, I can see her vagina hairs.
Yeah.
It is intense.
I was about to say.
But the South is very, very similar.
Yeah. Yeah. When you steal in Louisiana, you'd also lose your hand. They feed it to a gator.
Yeah. They get a gator in there. They're like, just go for it.
Street justice.
Yeah.
Instead of a kangaroo court, it's a gator court.
Gator court.
I'd watch that.
I was gonna ask Jeff how you know all these stories about Amber. Like, do you follow her around and stuff? Like,
Jeff,
Yeah,
yeah, you're coming across real weird.
I know. I
like
realized that.
I like it. I'm into it.
She does put out all these stories for people to listen to. It's not like
not like our
creeping around.
podcast.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. If someone came up to me and told me some story that I told on this podcast, I'm not going to be like, weird fucking freak stalking me, listening to the podcast I make.
Yeah.
No, between Round Table of Gentlemen and honestly, the first podcast I ever listened to and what made me get into comedy podcasts in general was The Brighter Side.
Really?
Yeah. That was the first podcast I ever listened to.
Oh, that's
And-
awesome.
Yeah. Actually made the first Facebook fan page for that. And
Really?
then I handed it over to Ed after I made it. I was like,
I'm going to tell Ed that. I'll be like, guess what I did this afternoon?
no, I'm a huge
I
fan
talked
of
to
you,
a
Ed.
man who's obsessed with us.
I made it out live.
No.
I haven't been on Facebook in like years. Is it people still on there? People still doing it?
You know, I work with kids, and the other day at work, I was talking and I said something about Facebook, and this little girl just looked at me and went, "Only old people use Facebook."
Oh no!
Oh.
I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
I don't use it."
what
Is that the new thing?
What does the little
Is
girl
it
use?
too old now?
Yeah, Facebook is for parents and old people.
What do little girls use?
Wow.
It's all about TikTok now.
Is it
You gotta
TikTok?
do
you gotta
TikTok
make
scene.
Got a
TikToks.
TikTok.
Do you do TikToks, Amber?
No, but I went down this rabbit hole on this like TikTok thing. It's called Rhododendra. I'll think of it like exactly what it is in a second, but it's this people filming themselves on this app. And what this app is like, it finds this magnetic points on the earth, which I'm about to sound really cuckoo, but I think it exists.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like how there's always on Main Street, there's one business or there's one building that like keeps having a business come in every couple years and then
Right.
fails, you know?
Yeah.
Or like
Mhm.
how New Orleans is so magical, but nowhere else in the world is like New Orleans. So I do think there's like certain magnetic points on the earth. And it kind of like factors those in and it says, what's your intention? So you set an intention like money, the color blue, you like something weird. And then people go and they film themselves on TikTok and they're like, our intention was money. And so it'll find a focal point like close-ish to you. And then you'll like find $1, you know, or people will say,
Whoa.
we're looking for death. And then they go and the exact spot that it was being led to was in somebody's house and an ambulance pulls up to the house.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's like kind of weird. Like I got like really spooked out the other day. But I think that stuff is true. Like if you set an intention and then move out in the world, then you're going to find it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
I gotta
ad?
check out those talks.
Is
yeah.
that
Rhododendra, something with an owl on the cover. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of scary. I use TikTok to watch videos of girls bullet journaling. That's been
Oh.
that's been my quarantine life is
Dear
just
Lord.
watching girls draw calligraphy on journal pages.
But
Wowie
it's so
zowie.
pretty when they do it.
Right? And then I sit
Yeah.
at my desk at work and I try to recreate it. It doesn't go very well, but it's a lot of fun for me. So how
Jeff
about ads? We got another ad break.
Yeah.
Help. Help
No.
me.
Nobody's gonna help you.
Oh no. If only I had a magical genie that could help me.
Oh shit! I'm gonna leave.
What's that?
Hello, little girl. Are you in trouble?
Yeah. That's why I said help.
Is this creep bothering you?
No.
Yeah, this total freak won't leave me alone.
Did he say that you said he had nice balls?
Yeah, he showed me his balls. What do I do?
Wait, what? That didn't happen.
Wow. Well, in today's climate, you will go to law with it, and he'll deny it, and nothing will happen. That's how it works. So,
Okay. Is there some sort of product that I could use to help me pay my legal fees?
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Can we stop this ad? Jeff, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. Oh, that's the end of that.
That was a good ad,
Like,
guys.
all you have to
That's
do,
good.
these ads are just improv. You just gotta say yes and say something.
All right, I think.
And you started that ad by saying nothing. And then you
Dead
were
air
just
is
saying
good.
like a word and then nothing else.
I made that scene. I was a cool genie.
I would like to start the official
No one
campaign.
cared about your character. What
I
was
like
the
this
background?
ad.
What's the background to your character?
Jeff. She needed help. She was lost in the woods.
Okay, you didn't say anything about woods.
Well, you could have put me in the woods.
Let's do another take of that.
Really?
We'll keep doing it till we get it right. Help!
Hello?
Now he's just-
What, do you want something?
Yeah, I need help. This man is bothering me.
I'm not bothering her.
Well, why'd you go into the woods?
Oh
Why are
my
you in the
God.
woods if you don't want to get bothered by people?
Yeah, she's just started knocking on my cabin door. I'm like, I don't want anything. I live out here by myself. I like being alone. Go away.
It's these
Well-
fucking Girl Scouts. They come up to everywhere and they just knock on your door.
I know.
Trying to sell you shit.
Do they do that
Well,
to you
I came
too?
out here to sell low blow candles.
Hey, shut up, the
Right
adults are
now,
talking.
if you
No,
go to
stop it, stop. Are you a genie?
lowblowcandlecode.com, you can buy candles and pay my rent. Thanks.
Are you a genie?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a genie. How are you doing?
Dude.
What's your name?
Mark, would you want to go out for a drink sometime or something?
This is the last episode we're ever going to do at this point.
Yeah.
So mad at you guys.
We were throwing more improv at it like you wanted us to.
I like that ad
know.
too.
You
See?
know what, Amber? You're being too nice to them. They need to get off the truth. It's also slowly getting darker in my room, and I'm just glowing red. I look like a devil.
Oh, it did get so much darker in your room. Wow,
Yeah.
the sun sets so fast.
Yeah,
I
right?
know.
Just like life.
There's something about Molly's apartment that gets dark like an hour before everyone else is.
That is true.
Because it is very bright outside for me still. So
Yeah, me too.
and we are 3 blocks away.
You know what, Jeff? I'm sick of your tude today, mister.
Should we do take 3 of that ad? Or
No,
Oh,
no,
do
no,
not
no.
make us do. All right, it's time for segments and games.
Games and segments.
Fuck,
Mary,
kill,
Ray,
fuck,
Mary, kill Ray.
fuck, Mary, kill Ray.
Fuck, Mary, kill Rays.
Fuck, Mary, kill Ray. Is the music still going?
I can't hear the music. I
It's
couldn't.
not-
hear it the
Okay,
whole time.
cool. All right. Well, we're going to play a game. It's a new game that we've just invented. No one's ever played it before. It's called Fuck, Marry, Kill, Raise.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm,
let me explain how the game works to you, Amber. We're going to give you 4 options. You have to fuck one, marry one, and you cannot fuck the one you marry, kill one, and you cannot fuck the one you kill before, during, or after the murder.
That's right.
And raise one as your own child. And
Ooh.
you cannot fuck the one you raise.
Oh no.
That's for sure.
Okay.
I'm actually, the bell that you just heard is our anti-pedophile bell. And I'm surprised that's the first time we've had to ring it this episode.
I
Yeah.
missed a few things at the beginning, but I had one earlier.
All right.
I'll put it in later.
Well, so the options: fuck, marry, kill, raise. Your options are me
Me.
Me.
and yourself. Go.
Okay. I'll fuck myself. I will marry Jeff.
Yeah.
Wait,
why?
you have to explain why.
Oh, okay. Because we get along with all the stories.
Yes.
And I'm also very vain and selfish. Like, remember that other thing I said?
Yeah. And it would be like if you got dementia, Jeff could help you remember like everything about your life because he's been watching you for so long.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So great.
I would marry Molly. No, wait, I said marry Jeff.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't
Yeah.
have a
Fuck, marry,
Kill, raise.
Kill, and
raise.
Raise.
I'd raise Molly because
Oh,
you seem
fuck.
really cool.
Uh-oh.
I'm a
And
fun
I'm
daughter.
sorry, Matt.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm gonna kill you.
It's okay. I want to die anyways. I need to go. Thank you.
I'll just give you more McDonald's shakes
Yes.
until you blow up like that guy on 7.
I would love that. That is very creative. I want to die in a creative way. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Is that how the that one monster from McDonald's was created? He's just a giant purple milkshake, right? What's his name?
Grimace?
Grimace?
Grimace.
Grimace.
He's a milkshake, right?
I think he's a
What?
testicle. I think he's a testicle. He's got
I don't think McDonald's would have one of their characters
No.
be a testicle.
yeah, he's got
He's
testicle.
Remember
not a
Noid?
milkshake.
Noid, yeah.
Oh, the
Remember
Noid.
Noid? Avoid the Noid. And there's
Yeah,
a guy named
Domino's.
Noid. Yeah, he went in, he shot up, or he didn't shoot up, but he held hostage Domino's. Because his name was Noid, and the whole thing was avoid the Noid. And he's a paranoid schizophrenic and thought it meant him. And he's like, I'll go fuck you up. So he held up
Yeah.
a Domino's.
Who would have thought that there was someone named Noid?
Right? That's the big thing about that.
That's my takeaway. Whoever would have thunk it?
I don't know.
Domino's
It's
also
crazy.
had they had that deal where it was free if it wasn't within 30 minutes for like 3 months in the 80s. And then they stopped that because someone died because they were driving through like red lights to try to get to their pizza there in time.
Oh,
And
fuck.
they caught
What?
and then one of the drivers died in a car accident. So Domino's
it
has
was-
some sketchy history.
Yes, the 80s were like lawless. It's just
Yeah.
like people, whatever
You
it
could
takes.
Yeah, you could do whatever you wanted in the 80s.
There's also
Right.
McDonald's. Remember, there was a huge scandal with McDonald's. 'Cause remember, they had you could win $1 million if you win the
Yes.
Monopoly thing.
Yeah.
Or if you like got all the pieces. It was an inside job. So the
Yeah.
person who won it like got the pieces from the Monopoly Corporation, and like they just
Right.
gave their friend $1 million.
Yep.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, that was like a big scandal handoff. Yeah.
There's
Whoa.
there's a
Jeez.
mini series about it. I think a movie about it. And the guy who was like making them, he was just handing them out to his friends and stuff. Yeah, like you said, it's like, hey, you want a boat? They're like, no. Well, here's a boat, and they just hand it to him. It's like, that's weird.
Just
printing money.
What?
Yeah,
That sounds made up.
it does. It's
No, it's
so
true.
crazy.
Oh,
People are inherently evil.
yeah.
Wow. And I'll never forget that. All right. Amber, thank you so much
Wait.
for being on the podcast today.
Was that
Uh,
segment
Thanks for
over?
having me.
Is fuck
do
Mary
you
Kill
have
over?
anything you want to plug or
The
talk
brighter
about?
side.
Any recommendations for shows? Just give us the works.
Okay. We have my Patreon, which
Ooh.
it's $5 a month, but I'm doing videos. It's like if you lived through the Great Depression. It's all like how to start a savings account with a high interest rates, just with coins in your pocket.
Wow.
How to go to the grocery and like find discarded vegetables, make a soup out of it. Like how to shop at
Wow.
Goodwill. Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's all that kind of stuff.
Are you like
That's
a
awesome.
pioneer?
I think so. I think that's it. Yeah, how to get a dress, or how to get an outfit, because men watch it too. Like how to find something that looks good on you, and what colors would look good on you. That might be the next topic.
Jeff,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jeff, look into that.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
Jeff,
I'll
you
look
better
into that.
Get on that. Get some soup recipes.
Yeah. Find out which outfits don't show my pubic hairs.
you mean vagina
Yeah, you
hairs.
should have your mom on to do a special video.
Oh.
Of, can I see your vagina hair or not?
And her just scraping. Yes.
And you said that's on Patreon. What is the link or the handle? Is it Amber Nelson?
It is. You mind if I do this real quick?
Gonna find out live on the pod.
Oh yeah. How,
How embarrassing
Yes.
exclusive.
How embarrassing has a Patreon too, I think, right?
How embarrassing does
Oh,
have
yeah,
a
we do.
Patreon.
You
You
guys
can
still-
join at patreon.com/howembarrassing and get our bonus content, which includes episodes about Lost.
Do you still do
TV
that?
show. What?
Yeah, we.
You
Yeah,
still-
that show's long as shit. We
Yeah.
did not think
Mm.
this through before we started.
It's a lot of content.
I think it's just Amber Nelson. I can't find where it's like a thing.
Like a link.
Sorry,
I find-
guys.
No, that's all right.
I feel like the links for Patreon are always so hard, but if you go to Google and then type in like Amber Nelson Patreon, it usually pops
Okay.
up pretty quick.
I'll do that.
Yeah, so google.com Amber Nelson Patreon to get the sweet video content.
Is it?
And then what's your podcast called?
The brighter side.
Listen to the brighter side. That's
Yeah.
actually That's funny because producer Matt Cole is in a sketch comedy group here in Norfolk, Virginia, a friend of the pod, called The Bright Side.
Really?
Look at that link.
That's very
Look at
true.
that pattern.
So you guys have that in common.
That's
So-
awesome.
Your Patreon is patreon.com/Amber Smelson.
Oh, oops.
Oh,
That's it.
Amber Smelson.
Amber Smelson.
There's so many Amber Nelsons. And I
That's
think
right.
years ago, somebody nicknamed me Amber Smelson. So I was like, fuck yeah. And now that's like my Twitter, my Instagram, my Patreon.
Okay,
Amber
cool.
All right, so we can follow at Amber Smelson for all things Amber and some Pioneer Woman recipes. I am fully sitting in a very dark room right now.
Yeah, it looks like you were
The
like underground at this point.
You look like a
Sun
Star Wars.
set on me pretty fast. Amber, did we ruin your life today?
No, I had a great time. I took a nap and it got me out of bed. And now I might go send off some mail. Also, if you want a Brighter Side sticker, let me know on Instagram and I'll mail you a sticker.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
send off some mail
yeah.
stuff.
about to get
Yeah.
you some stickers.
I was
Awesome.
about to say they're all going to go to Jeff's apartment.
Tell you guys need to listen. I believe the podcast is only on Spotify now, right?
Yeah, it's exclusive to Spotify.
Oh.
But it's
Right.
still free.
Cool.
Yeah, it's free and it's a great podcast where they find out the bright side of basically everything awful in the world.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That sounds like a good one to listen to right now.
it is.
Yeah.
We all need it right now.
All right, you heard it here first, everybody. I don't know what
I thought you were going into an outro
I
or
did.
something.
I had an outro in my head and it literally left as soon as I said, "You heard it here first, everybody."
Are you a genie?
I fuck the genie bit. I'm over the genie bit.
Why are you in the woods?
Oh my god.
Okay.
End it.
Thanks, Worms. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Over. God.
Thanks so much for listening to How Embarrassing Podcast with Molly and Jeff. Go on podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on How Embarrassing, then send us an email at howembarrassingpodcast@gmail.com.